This video was created by VinylicPuma of VinylicPumaGaming.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to my first of hopefully many episodes on cut content for Fallout 4. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really like the missile launcher. With the targeting computer upgrade, the game suddenly starts to play itself. All you really have to do is aim in an enemy's general direction, lock on, fire and forget, and suddenly they're either dead or badly wounded. At the same time, though, you have to wonder, what if there were other guns or weapons that were scrapped during Fallout 4's development that had homing properties? I mean, a homing railway rifle or a homing grenade launcher would be amazing. Now, I'm not sure how a homing railway rifle would work, but even still, there is nothing better than killing Deathclaws with railway spikes. Not gonna lie. Something you might not have known, though, is that at some point during development, there was actually going to be a craftable targeting computer available to equip on your Fat Man launcher that would allow the mini-nukes you fire to, quote, home in on enemies. And it is with great pleasure that I present to you the Recon Target Seeking Fat Man. This Fat Man, like a missile launcher when equipped with the targeting computer, will fire mini-nukes that will home in on enemies. In fact, from a gameplay perspective, the Recon Target Seeking weapon customization is actually superior to both the standard and experimental MIRV weapon customizations for the Fat Man. Now, while you might not get the damage of the MIRV customization, you get much better range and accuracy. In fact, if you lock on and fire the mini-nuke straight up into the air, it's possible to completely reload the Fat Man and fire a second time and hit an enemy with two different nukes in quick succession. If you time it just right, you can get both nukes to hit at the same time. No big boy launchers required. What's also interesting about this weapon customization is that it almost looks like it was entirely finished. As you can see, there is a blue case with some switches that attaches to the end of your Fat Man launcher and acts as the targeting computer. This is not only visible when you inspect the weapon, but it's also visible in both first and third person mode when you have the Fat Man equipped. The question is, why was this awesome customization cut from the game? While it does look like the targeting computer for the Fat Man was almost finished, we are missing the actual mini-nuke being visible on the weapon while both inspecting it and in both first and third person mode. Honestly, this is a shame, as all the guys over at Bethesda had to do was make it so that the mini-nuke appeared, or whatever projectile they ultimately decided to use would be visible. What's kind of funny is that while you can't see the projectiles on the Fat Man itself, you can see the mini-nukes fly through the air and eventually acquire their targets. Speaking of flying mini-nukes, while the nukes are homing in on enemies, they do this weird shaking or like wobbly thing before they eventually fall and absolutely obliterate whatever is below. Obviously, this wobbling happens and it's kind of a weird visual glitch, and you wouldn't want people to see that. I think another reason the Recon Seeking Fat Man was cut from the game was for gameplay reasons. Specifically, if you were to lock on to an unarmed or melee type enemy and they happen to charge towards you, there's a good chance that the mini-nuke you just fired will continue to home in on them and subsequently wipe out both of you. This is pretty funny, but it is possible that while Bethesda was beta testing, people initially had a lot of problems with this, and for whatever reason, they just decided to cut it. Something else that's worth mentioning is that the lock-on system is not entirely intuitive, or as much so as it is with the missile launcher. In order to hit targets accurately with the homing ability, you have to be in a large space first, and then fire upwards at roughly like a 50 to 60 degree angle or higher, and if you've aimed directly at someone and fired this thing, with the lock-on effect, it's just going to fire a lot like a normal Fat Man, and it isn't going to directly seek out whoever you're shooting it at. And that is unfortunately going to confuse some people, even though it would have been easy for them to realize that if they just kind of aimed it, they locked on and then aimed up, I mean, it's just going to hit every time. At the end of the day, it's a shame that this modification got cut from the game, as it's amazing and in my opinion is way better than those lousy homing beacon grenades we ultimately got, and in my opinion it's also way better than the experimental Merv modification for the Fat Man. Hopefully the recon target and seeking Fat Man will officially return through either a weapon DLC of some sort, or will finally become available to everyone when Fallout 4 mods finally hit the console versions of Fallout 4. Anyway guys, that's going to pretty much wrap up this particular video. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, and let me know what you think of this new series on Fallout 4 cut content that I'm doing. If you like it, great, let me know. Otherwise, again, I'll see y'all next time, guys.